Yo, so I wanted to talk about a game that's near and dear to my heart. Brings a lot of nostalgia for me. It came out almost 20 plus years ago. Pokémon Colosseum. So it was released by Genius Sonority, a relatively new studio at the time, founded in 2002. It was released in 2003 in Japan and in 2004 in North America. Obviously, publisher is still Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, and it was their first 3D Pokemon game for the Nintendo GameCube. It was also one of the last times Pokemon made a game where I sat back and I thought to myself, wow, super. I hold this game near and dear to my heart. It brings me a lot of nostalgia, and to this day I still love it. I'm currently playing it on my live stream in YouTube, so come over and check it out. A brief rundown of what the story is that you, the main character, are a former gang member. You go to your former gang, you blow up their base not once but twice to steal a snagging device that allows you to steal Shadow Pokemon. So this was the first time they introduced Shadow Pokemon into the game. Shadow Pokemon are these emotionally closed off Pokemon that you capture in this game or steal in this game to then purify their hearts. The two major antagonists, or the two gangs in the game, are Team Snag'em and Team Cypher. They use Shadow Pokemon for evil, and in the beginning of the game, you end up coming across this girl who's being kidnapped by two Team Snag'em members. You save her, of course, and then you realize that she has the ability to identify Shadow Pokemon. You team up to capture as many Shadow Pokemon as you can, and eventually you capture all of them. Some of the ways that this game really stands out to me is obviously, of course, it was Pokemon's first 3D game. Not only did they animate a lot of the different attacks in a way that kind of outshines more recent Pokemon games, but they also made this game so unique in so many ways. So there are no wild Pokemon in this game. There's only 48 unique Pokemon in this game that you can catch, steal, snag, whatever you want to say. I give them the pass because Tyranitar is my all-time favorite Pokemon, and it is one of the Pokemon that you can catch in this game. All the battles and all the trainer battles are 2v2s, and I think this opened the door a lot for more strategies in the Pokemon competitive scene. Growing up, the double battles were always my favorite. Just having two Pokemon made sense. You could do fire, water, grass, fire, whatever combinations you could think of. I know a really cool part about this game that to this day makes me so happy is that they didn't follow the traditional style of Pokemon games where you go collecting badges. They instead have you fighting crime bosses as the boss fights in this game. You start off in this game with an Espeon and an Umbreon as your starting Pokemon. Shortly after, you come across a grass, water, and fire type option you can pick from. I always pick the water type because 98% of the time I'm using the move Surf, because all the battles are double battles. Surf is so overpowered. The atmosphere of the game is definitely darker and more mature. Like I said, you come across a woman actively being kidnapped within the first moments of the game. The music as well lends to this atmosphere. A lot of the locations have unique music, but when you're doing trainer battles, you have this very hardcore rock and roll music that I so much love. But the best part is that when you do these boss battles, you would think, oh, epic music, like, Dark Souls style music. It actually goes the opposite direction, which I think lends it a lot of uniqueness. Like I said before, there's only 48 unique Pokemon that you can catch in the game. This gave the community a little bit of an uproar, seeing as most Pokemon games you just go out and catch wild Pokemon. This kind of hurt the game. However, what I will say that I think was a very cool aspect is that you could connect your Game Boy Advance to the GameCube with their many cables that they had, and you could trade Pokemon in and out of the game. My brother and I used Pokemon Colosseum as kind of a bank for a lot of our really cool Pokemon. And to this day, I go back and I play with those Pokemon every now and then, and it just makes me so happy. This is Pokemon's weird ginger middle child that they don't like talking about. I'm really sad that they kind of abandoned the Pokemon Colosseum timeline. I really enjoy this game, and I'm really happy that they did take away the Shadow Pokemon in this game and kind of ran with that. I know Pokemon Go uses it all the time, and I think it's a really cool mechanic in their games. honestly, that's pretty much it. I don't want to bore you with a lot of Pokemon fun facts or, just a history dump of this game. I really just enjoy it for what it is. I think it's a really good game. I really enjoy going back to it, playing it for the nostalgia. And yeah, I just wanted to share it and kind of archive my experience thus far. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So like and subscribe, and I'm just gonna end it with this little montage video that I put together. Alright, peace.
Lights up, step in, feel the spark, turn it loud, let it hit, leave a mark. Step in the zone, hear the flow go boom. Fast feet sharp, mind clear the room. No pause, no wait, we move on sight. All eyes locked when we hit that stride. Click, clack, rhythm in a snapback pace. Quick with the moves, yeah, quick with the play. Street light glow on a confident grin. Every round starts fresh, let the run begin. No fear in the mix, just a spark in the plan. Hands up high like, yeah, here I am. Baseline talks while the crowd leans in. Heartbeat sinks when the beat kicks in. Wind up tight, feel the pressure rise. One breath in, now electrify. Step in the zone, hear the floor go boom. Fast feet sharp, mind clear the room. No pause, no wait, we move on sight. All eyes locked when we hit that stride. Turntables hum with a streetwise grin. Old school fire with a brand new spin. Go flash, quick laugh. Moment ignites every move clean when the timing's right. Never outplayed when the rhythm's true. Every step bold like we already knew. From the first hit drum to the last rewind. It's a full speed run with a focused mind. Move, move, feel that sound. Jump, jump, shake the ground. No doubt, no delay. Press play, press play. Step in the zone, let the whole thing blaze. One shot, one run, set the pace. Lights fade out, but the echo stays. Press start, yeah, we're underway.
One more thing before I forget, if I could say one thing to the Pokemon Company, I would say that you could solve world hunger. It's super simple. You come out with a Pokemon card trading set, and all you have to do is make it world hunger themed. Pokemon feeding other hungry Pokemon trainers, giving out food, all that stuff. Sell it on your website. $10 each pack. $5 goes to the company. $5 goes to charity. I bet if you threw in some cool cards, unique cards, and rare cards, you'd have all these Pokemon TCG collectors losing their mind. They would buy it in a heartbeat. The company would make billions, and people around the world would have more money for charity to feed the hungry. They could solve world hunger. They just don't want to do it. Anyways, that's it. Deuces.